Okay, thanks everyone for coming down. Obviously we're just here tonight to announce 2 new additions to the team. So I'm going to let Ronnie talk a little bit about the 2 lads and their background and the history, but delighted to announce that we've got 2 new signings tonight, and I'll hand over to Ronnie just to talk through who they are, what they've done and their background.
Thanks, Lewis. Thanks everybody for coming tonight. It's a great night for us tonight. We've got 2 new signings here. We've got Kyle Redfearn. Kyle contacted me a while ago and we said we'll have a look and have a chat. So we had a bit of chat and we did a bit of training together, and with the ethos and his training mentality was very, very good. His sort of amateur boxing side of things, where I would come from, is limited experience in that, to be honest, but he's done very well in the MMA, and he's decided to switch codes and come to the professional boxing. I'm very, very excited about him. We're sort of tidying up and doing work on him, and there's a difference with MMA and boxing, and we're just doing a few things working together. But the work ethics are there. He's a great kid, and I'm very, very excited about him. Very excited about him. I think he's going to shock a few people out there. With any of them, I tell him what the score is, and he's got to be disciplined. He's got to turn up every session. Never been late yet.
Traffic.
Yeah. Comes from Spennymoor, Ferry Hill. So, as I say, a new addition to the team, and very excited. Jamie Humble, known Jamie for many, many years. He came down. He was for a while. He lived in Burley, where I originated from, and he trained with us for a while there. Then he trained out of Gateshead Victoria, which is here, the amateur club here. Former England international, southpaw or switch hitter, as we'd like to say. Great deal of talent. There's no ifs or buts about that. And he's a great addition to the gym. Me and him have fights all the time, but he's. I was just saying tonight, you're training hard now because he's not shouting back so much at us. No. But in all seriousness, with having sort of him and Mark White at a very similar weight, it's great for the sparring for them. It's great for their work together. There's, we're planning a pathway for them, and we're planning different pathways for them. Then, whether they fight at the same weight or not, it doesn't really matter, because there's various pathways there for them. Hopefully, we're going to get these. If everything gets sorted, we're going to get them on the show on the 25th, and so that'll put 6 or 7 of our lads on the show. I'm very, very excited about it.
I think that's the exciting thing. We want to build a team of good boxers, of good lads. Hopefully their journey begins on the 25th of June. It can continue on to the next show, the 10th of September, and then we have another show on the 3rd of December. So there's a pathway there for them. The lads know what's mapped out, and subject to licenses being approved and everything going through, they'll be on the show. So it takes us another step forward to having a fighting chance card, a full fighting chance card. But really, really excited. I think they're going to be exciting additions, and big futures ahead for both boxers, really. So
yeah, it's great to be able to announce the signing of the lads tonight. Absolutely brilliant, and we've got a few things coming off at the moment. We've got Big John Lewis there going for he's crack at the British title. It's an eliminator for the title. We're in that way. John's a Lonsdale belt holder outright, and sort of going back for it simply for the reason is it's absolute brilliant to actually hold a British title, but it's live on Sky on the 20th of May in Glasgow. He's fighting a very, very credible opponent in Tommy McCarthy. McCarthy thinks he's going to do something. We've got something else to say about that, so it's looking to be a very, very exciting contest. Well, no, it's going to be the hardest, probably a really, really tough fight for us, but John's done the work. He's in great shape, so get the word out, and let's get a big crowd up there to watch John up in Glasgow. These will all be coming up and supporting them as well. So I'll just leave it there. Thank you.
Any questions for the lads? If anyone wants to ask the lads anything, feel free, and we'll.
I think that's the same question to both lads, really. Obviously, you come from different background, but you're both choosing to turn over now. Why turn pro now with the boxing?
Go first.
That's good.
I had work commitments for the past like 2 or 3 years, so I was working away, so I didn't really have the chance to like come into the gym. I was getting in odd times, but you can't dedicate yourself enough when you're working away to like do it properly.
And you can't do it half-cocked either, can you?
Nah.
Okay.
Basically it for me.
Kyle?
Well, I was competing MMA for like the last 7 or 8 years, quite high level, and then so I just got sick of it anyway and fancied a new venture and boxing suited. So here I am now.
It's a good time to join the Fighting Chance as well, obviously with the whole setup, but also the TV shows as well. Going to get a chance of getting more exposure from the start of your career.
Yeah.
Kyle, just a question for you. Obviously, we've already got Jamie Jones here at Fighting Chance as well. How much is he going to help you in your conversion from MMA to boxing?
Yeah, I'll do good. Yeah, great. I'm learning some great stuff now. We've run there and picking up, touching up, and there's plenty to work on for us. So plenty to learn for us really, and it's good. Enjoying it. It's nice.
And one for Ronnie as well. I know you touched upon obviously the work ethic, but you've been getting quite a few options of different guys approaching you want to join the gym. You've been quite selective with that. What stood out about these two that you thought, yes, these fit into our gym perfectly?
Well, for us, like myself and Gary, the coaches here, and the big thing to us is that they're going to commit and they're going to give. As coaches, we give 100%. You know, it's not. Everybody has, you know, different goals and different dreams. I absolutely love you to produce a world champion, that type of thing. Whatever, if we can get the best we can possibly get out of any fighter, and he's willing to give us that, we're more than happy. We're not just looking for the absolute best top people or anything. It's got nothing to do with that. What we want is the people there with that work ethic. If we're prepared to be in the gym every night and during the day, you know, they've got to be prepared to that commitment. Obviously, we understand professional boxing. You don't earn it. You know, you early on you're not earning great deals, even at the top level, until you get to the very, very top. There's not a lot there, and we've got to get sponsorship. And we've got to do this and we've got to do that. But as you know, the biggest thing to us is that you know, we've got people here. We've got nutritionists who put the time in free. We've got conditioners. We've got, as I say, the coaches, and Lewis that puts the work in. We're a team. We work together, and that's what we are. And we stick together, and that's the way that we're working, and that's how we aim for the future. I'm hoping for, obviously, as anybody in this situation would be, I'm hoping for great things. But one thing's certain, that we are prepared to work for it, and you get out what you put into anything, and that little bit of, if we can carry that little bit of luck and do the right things, I'm sure we'll get somewhere near.
Lewis, you mentioned Conquest on the 25th of June, and then 2 more shows after that, September, December.
Yeah.
When do you think we could realistically be seeing a full Fighting Chance card? Could we be seeing it by September, or is it more aiming at December?
I could do it now, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, for me, we're always going to want to provide for our fighters and the lads that put the time in, as Ronnie says, and that's my utmost priority, really. But it's good to have other lads on the bill, because we've got lads at different stages of their career, so you kind of want to have that mix. You guys demand a title on the top of the bill to continue with the TV, so we've got to try and find that. And for me, it's about getting that mix of having some elite level fighters boxing, and hopefully boxing for titles, and these lads coming on and supporting and developing that to such a point where they're headlining their own shows and running their own shows. So we've got a good team. We've got a number of boxers now. September time, we could have realistically a full card. And I think that the nice thing for us is that if we've got lads that are in the gym and lads that work with us and trust and respect us, then hopefully we know we can put on a card. We can add on other fighters, but we're not reliant on other teams and other managers and things. But that said, we want to work with other teams, because we recognise that the North East is a hotbed of talent. There's lots of really, really good kids in other gyms, and we want them on our bills. But ultimately, we want to produce and we want to create champions of our own. So I think it's exciting times.
And I suppose, again, same question to the both lads, might get a different answer, you don't know. Roddy says it's you get different boxers, different abilities to get to different stages and different titles and things. What ambitions do both of you have coming into the pro ranks?
First of all, it's Northern Area title really. I'm ready just to like go with the flow really. I want to win things, I want to get the Northern Area title, British title and so on, work hard really.
So like one step at a time?
Yeah, one step at a time. Going now, it starts now. It's a long road.
It's the same for me really, just take one step at a time and see how far you can actually go. You never know until you try.
Yeah, it's good to aim high, but
my shattered dreams.
Well, you can stretch too far, and then you got to push yourself all the way. If you got goals in between those ones, you can achieve those ones. Gives you the boost, and then you can move on to the next ones, I guess.
Yeah.
I think it's with us, it's like creating that platform so that they gain the experience, and by putting the 4 shows on a year, it's a big commitment, and it's a tough job to do that, to put those on, as I say. And I know I may keep bleating on about sponsors, but if we didn't have that, they're not going to go on, because the shows they'll not pay for themselves, will they, Lewis?
Yeah.
But we give these lads the correct platform, and we'll move them at the right time in the right stage to get there. Because there's a lot of, in the North East especially, there's a lot of potential world champions out there, but they're just not, getting. We've got, Lonsdale Belt sitting here. He's probably the best example of being shoved to one side and waiting a year and a half to defend his British title, and all of them things that happen, And it's up to us to try and make them things happen, and by putting these shows on, by getting the televised route. That's where we're going to have some say, and getting respect from the top promoters is a big thing. We understand that, in the early stages, obviously, John's and we're going to fight on a Sky bill on the 28th, live on Sky, which is phenomenal, and we want these fighting on Sky in the future. But what Viet and Tyne and we have given us a platform and the opportunity to put these lads out there, and they're getting the recognition they deserve.
One final one from me. Standing here, obviously, announcing 2 more fighters to fight in Chance. But do you ever look back, and this is aimed at Lewis and Ronnie, do you ever look back the last 2 years or so, and look how far Fighting Chance have come, and the recognition that you guys are now starting to get, not just within the North East, but within Great Britain as well?
I don't know, I keep looking forward. I think if you look backwards, you go backwards. It's nice to look at that, and I think when we stop, we can do that. I'm never ever happy or satisfied. I'm quite miserable in that sense, and want to keep doing better and doing things like that. But we've done okay. We've done all right, and I think ultimately for me it's down to the lads and down to the boys who put the commitment in the gym and work every day. Our job is to try and give them the best possible platform, work with the sponsors and do all the things behind the scenes. But it's nice that we're building some recognition. The fact that fighters want to come and sign with us is probably testament to that, and as Ronnie says, we've got a fantastic team of people around us, and I think that's what makes us what we are, really. I don't know your thoughts, Ron.
Yeah, I think on what you are saying there, I think the thing about the past, we've got to learn from the past. I think that's the biggest thing, that nobody's perfect, and tomorrow never comes. At the end of the day, it's about now. So if we keep going out and doing it, that's the most important thing. You got to plan for the future, but maybe it's not plan the outcomes, because you don't know what the outcome can be. But like if you do the work and you put it in and you're giving 120%, and that means it's not just it's like giving that 100%, 120% mentally and everything, and us getting ourselves as coaches. We believe in educating ourselves and getting the education there for us. We use the right conditioners, we use the right nutritionists, because we want to produce world level fighters. Now if we give them that opportunity, then the ball's in their court, and they're up, because they've got to be good enough as well, and that's where it's at, really, to be fair. But we're going to give them the opportunity to find out if they are good enough, and that's all we can do at the end of the day. because you do the fighting, boys.
Yeah,
What are you doing? What are you doing?
a few people on the back.
Okay, final thoughts, lads. Kyle?
Looking forward, expect to see a lot more of us anyway. You might feel more pressure here before next time, I'm from the next fight.
Hire a bigger hole.
Just really looking forward to trying to get on to the 25th, hopefully be on the 25th.
Massive thank you to everyone who helps us, all of our sponsors. I know Jamie's got a new sponsor in JSB Metals who have helped him get here today, so that's a massive thank you. Because as Ronnie says, genuinely without all of the people who support us, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. You know, John's got a long-term supporter in WM Utilities. We've got Made on board as our broadcast partner. We've had Portland Consulting Engineers, Aspers Casino. You know, lots and lots and lots of people. And I'm not going to sit and reel everybody off, but you know, those people know that we're eternally grateful and they help us to get to where we need to be. So, we'll continue to try and provide the platform and hopefully provide value for money for fans, for sponsors, and the fighters can go on and achieve whatever they're destined to achieve, really. Thank you very much, everyone.
I'd just like to say thanks to Phil for coming again for Peep Magazine. Thanks for making time and we are. And thanks Nathan for setting this up. Thanks a lot, mate. Cheers.
Thank you.